quit acting.
Chiquito pero picoso con Falupe. ¡Sáltala, viejo!
Chiquito pero picoso. With
Chiquito pero picoso, así me dicen por vanidoso. Y es que chiquito, soy peligroso.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Chiquito pero Picoso. We've taken a little bit of a break. I don't know why. There's no reason why. I guess I just got lazy. But I have a guest tonight that you probably recognize from our most viewed episode of Quit Acting Stupid. If you watch my other podcast with my brothers, got him back on just to chop it up, see what's new. New York chef and entrepreneur, former Holy Cross Crusader, Northeast kid, making it big in the Big Apple. Please welcome Anthony Spino.
Wow, thank you. Making it huge here in New York.
I mean, come on, you're surviving. You got clothes on your back. You don't have 30 roommates, so
you're telling the truth. I'm breathing. Life is good. Family's good. I got good friends, so yeah, life's pretty good. You get that right.
Man.
I only have just me and my wife, so we're doing great.
Well, that's all you need, bud. That's all you need. How's Denise doing? Denise doing good. I saw the news. She's got a nice little spot there on. She's back with ABC. So
yeah. She's got her own show on ABC, Lindsay Davis Prime. It's on ABC's. What do you call it? It's not streaming.
It's streaming. Okay.
7:00, I think. Eastern, and then it's one of those if you got a Samsung TV or even on like Amazon Prime, they've got like all these channels you can always go to watch streaming. CNN's one of them, ABC's one of them, Funniest Home Videos, but pass by the ABC one, her show will continue to kind of go throughout the day, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw that news come through, and I'll be honest. What am I doing? I'm messing with all these buttons on the side real quick while you're talking, but I lost my banner. What the hell? Hold on. Give me one second. This isn't even important, but no, that's not the right banner. Oh, Christ. Anyway, so I saw that when all the news was coming out earlier this week about her new spot or whatever on Instagram, I saw her post when she officially posted it, and I saw in the comments there was like all these names I recognize because I'm an ABC dude. So I saw Ginger Z in there, and I saw Matt Gutman, and I saw all these names that I recognize. What's the other girl from Good Morning America? Damn it, not Lindsay. Whatever. Anyways, all these names I recognize
at all.
And so I went ahead and I gave her my congratulations in the comments just so I can be amongst the names of those people. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Small but spicy.
Yeah, were you Googling that to see what that meant?
Well, like I've got to confess, one of my habits when I do anything, I have a secretary. I call her Chat GPT, and I asked Chat GPT about you, and Chat GPT knows all about you.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So Chiquito pero Picoso. Like I used to have, when I was a kid, I had a t-shirt that said Chiquito pero Picoso and had a little chili pepper on it. I was a small kid. I was a little tiny kid. And yeah, it means small but spicy, or that kind of thing. So the idea was, like, when I was doing my podcast with my brothers, I thought, well, maybe I could do some on the side where I'm just one-on-one interviewing somebody and we can keep them short and, whatever. I liked the name, and I went with it. But what I'm realizing now, so I've had 3 episodes prior to you. My first episode was my brother Jamie. I was just trying to work it out, test things out, and it was a disaster. You can go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. But then my next two were buddies of mine. One was one of my daughter's dance teachers. He's a music producer. He went out to LA. He won
Tyler Banks. I actually watched a little bit of that, and I was really impressed with your interviewing skills. I was into it. It was good.
Go on.
Really cool stuff he's done. Amazing story.
No, go on about me. More about me. How awesome.
Well, you should have been on that comment list with all those people from GMA. You fit right in. Pretty much what I was saying.
I fit in with them, absolutely. So, but what I was saying was like so I had him on, and then my next episode was this buddy I worked with who's dropped a couple rap albums. Worked with him up at the distillery up in Weston, and both of them were like Chiquito, but like it just doesn't. Nobody's gonna find it. It doesn't match, I guess, what I'm doing. It sounds very, very Mexican, I think.
Very what?
Very Mexican, very Latino. And
yeah, Chat GPT actually answered me in Spanish. I was like, no. Can you answer this in English? I'm a little confused here.
Maybe it wasn't the greatest title, but hey, I dig it.
I like it. It's even got a logo up. Is it you got a blue logo?
No, my logo is this thing that I had over.
Can you see that?
Oh wow. No.
I'll have to send it to you.
This is my logo right here.
Oh yeah, that's the one I saw when I was yeah, I dig it.
Interesting. Chat GPT, we're gonna have to get that corrected. No, so I wanted to hit you up and just catch up, and I thought, like, why not record it and let everybody know what's going on with you, man? What's been going on with you lately? I told you earlier that I don't know where it came from, but I reached out to our old buddy Anthony Spock, and one of the hardest things about like doing something like this, or like I reached out to Anthony Spock, and he responded, and it was awesome. And I like immediately want to catch up, man. What are you doing? What's going on? But then it's like, hold on. Like, don't tell me anything yet. Like, let's record this. And so it's kind of hard to like, I'm trying to work out a time with him to get set up to record something, but I also don't want to know anything about what's going on yet because I want to do it all.
Totally understand. I like to golf, and a lot of guys, when you go out and play golf, before you play, you go to the driving range and hit a couple balls. And a lot of guys or girls also will say, I never golfed with any girls. I don't know why I say
just trying to be correct.
A lot of guys will say, I'm only going to hit a couple because I don't want to waste, the good shots when we get out on the
right.
Course. So I understand.
Yeah, I want to pick up golf. I've been saying that for a while. Last couple of weeks, I've been trying to get my son up here. We've got a tee shots up here, which is basically Top Golf. It's like and I just thought, man, if me and my son can get a bay and start ripping some drives. But like my brother went out on a little golf outing with some of the nephews and stuff, which would have been fun. But like they do it like on a Friday afternoon, man. I work. Like my work schedule doesn't really work with anyone, like I can go out on a Wednesday morning and go golfing, but there's
you gotta find people that are in the industry, like the bar industry, like Ziggy would be a great person to get out there, and he's great. He could definitely show you some tips.
See, the only problem like with Ziggy, and I was thinking even when you come in town, is like you guys are real golfers. You guys have been doing it for a while.
Well, that's why the tea time or that place that you talk to is around the corner from your house. That's a fun place to go and just hit some balls and
right.
You could.
But I can practice hitting some balls there. But like I do want to get on the course. But I need somebody. I don't want anybody getting impatient with me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Zig would. But and I don't think you would either. But if you've got like a foursome and I'm like just dragging everybody behind, then
we've all been there, man. We all been the one dragging the people behind. You gotta jump in.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You gotta start somewhere, right? I was actually going to ask you tonight when we got on the air, but again, my daughter's using my phone to record her workout. But I was gonna say, what is Zig doing? Like, what is Sam? I wonder what he's doing on a Wednesday night. Like, do you think we could get him on here?
He's he's at the same nightclub that he's been at for 20 plus years.
But are they open? Are they open on Wednesdays?
Yeah, yeah, he works I think Wednesday through Saturday, maybe even Tuesday through Saturday. And
I
then
was gonna
in
say,
daytime he's running his the business that his dad started. He's running it and taking it to new levels. Most of the time when his dad was running it, they were doing a lot of their calls, you know, driving 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. But he's getting it networking farther out. And he last time I talked to him, he was talking about maybe even taking a plane to one of his customers. So
really,
very busy, man. Guy doesn't. I don't know if he ever sleeps.
he doesn't have time for podcast appearances.
You can catch him while he's driving. That's when I catch up with him.
Yeah, we could do that. I literally was thinking, I'm like, we need to get Zig on. I haven't talked to Pete in a long time. I did see so I went to the Italian Fest. The Italian Fest was here a couple weekends ago.
My dad and sister-in-law and nephews and niece went on Saturday, I think.
Okay, Saturday. So I went out there Friday night because me and my daughter, we always head up there and got to get us a Shemeka's Italian sausage. Like that's just a must, and a big cherry limeade, you know.
Nice.
And so you know that was on our schedule. We're like, all right, we're doing that. And the little one came with us, so I went up there with my two daughters, and man, I got there and immediately my head starts spinning. People tap me on the shoulder. Hey, what's up? Like I knew. I mean, I wasn't even there for probably more than. I mean, we literally got in line for a sausage, ate the sausage, and I think we left. Like, but in that time, it was like literally 30, 40 minutes. Pat Cerrone was there. I mean, the first ones I saw were Vic and Santa Cascio. Like, I don't know. You remember Ross Cascio?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah. So
I think he's doing something in broadcasting, isn't he?
yeah. He's been on our show. Catch him on.
I think you're the one that told me. Yeah.
Yeah. Quit acting stupid. He was one of our guests. But I used to coach his son in baseball. He was my scorekeeper. And his dad Vic was always at the games.
Yeah.
But I saw Vic and Santa there immediately, like at the table, like when I walked in at the corner, gave them a big hug. Ross Jamaica was there with his wife, so I said hello to him, gave him a hug. You know, I saw John Sindrich and Angela Sindrich. I saw Tommy Bryant's son, Freddie Bryant. He wouldn't remember me. But he and Manny, when they were little and their sisters danced together, you know, they knew each other. I saw my cousins, like my cousin JR and my cousin, one of my Richard Estrada. Like I'm just constantly, my head is on a swivel and I'm seeing like Bobby Todd. I hadn't seen Bobby Todd in years. And I saw Bobby Todd. It was crazy. I literally was up there for 30, 35 minutes.
Like a Northeast reunion, huh?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. So,
that reminded me when you just said all those names. I need to call Tony Vitelli back. Have you talked to him at all?
I haven't talked to him in probably. It's been at least 6 months.
Yeah.
When was the last time you talked to Tony?
Probably a couple months ago, 3 months maybe. I don't know, but I need to call him back now that you said all those names. Do that.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring it up
that on your list.
I mean, we're bringing up names, and you're making me remember.
Yeah, we're name dropping, so maybe I can cut this and post it on Instagram. And he's like, people will be like, "Oh my God, he said my name." Nobody gives a crap. Nobody gives a crap at all. But no, the Italian Fest was a good time. I wanted to hang out and see. There was a group called the Bronx Wanderers. And I wanted to stick around and watch them because it was a nice night that night too. But once my daughter had her limeade and her Italian sausage, she's ready to go. So
ready to go. Yeah, that's it's always a good time. Italian festival, all the singing, and I actually saw Frankie Ancona, his daughter Melissa, posted on Facebook him being interviewed like Friday morning. One of the news channels he was one of the singers, and they showed all the food. They talked about Jamaica sausage, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, it was a cool time of year.
It's a good time, man. They finally found the right spot for it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we remember it in Northeast when we were kids. I mean, that
Yeah,
was God.
right.
Those are some great memories, man. At the concourse,
Yeah, for sure.
that was a good time. And I know for a while they struggled to kind of find a place. You know,
Had it down the City
Uh,
Market. Had it down. I think they tried Crown Center again. They had it at St. Pius football field a couple times.
right?
They've had really good luck with Zona Rosa, so that's awesome.
Yeah. And honestly, Zona Rosa, I went up there recently with my daughter. We were just going to go clothes shopping, and I didn't realize how many stores had just closed. Like
Really?
Zona Rosa, I almost feel like Zona Rosa itself is struggling to survive. But man, that weekend that Italian Fest is there, that place is jumping, man. It's packed.
Interesting.
So
I didn't
yeah,
realize
and
that.
they had some good weather this year, so it was a good time. But yeah, I thought about like all the old you know, concourse days when we'd just be palling around up there and getting into no good, you know, starting trouble. So it was a good time, man.
Yeah, good times. Starting trouble. Speaking about what I'm doing, I'm working in the schools, and I for the last 2 years I've helped. I've worked for an organization called Wellness in the Schools, and we partnered up with the New York Mayor's office for 3 years, and our goal was to bring um, less processed, scratch-made, plant-forward recipes to the schools, which there's 1,200 public schools in New York. So I've done that for the last 2 years. But what I was going to say was thinking about all the trouble that I used to give our teachers, and the trouble we used to give all of our teachers. Anytime for the last couple of months, I've been teaching cooking labs with the children, the high school kids and grade school kids. And anytime a kid does anything remotely stupid or just kind of out of line, I'm like, I deserve all this. I'm
Right.
getting everything
Right.
back that I gave to the teachers, you know,
Absolutely.
to go.
100%, man. So you're working with like all ages from high school to elementary school.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kindergarten up to seniors, and of
Wow.
course the little ones are the best. But even the middle school, the high school kids, man, they're all public schools, and you know, I like you, I grew up going to private schools, and I always was a little intimidated to go into public schools, thinking, you know, that it was going to be such a big difference. Than the private school experience that we've had. But, you know, I've been in schools up in the Bronx, down in Brooklyn, all throughout Manhattan and Queens, so all the surrounding neighborhoods. And, man, these kids, I even asked one of the principals at the school that I'm at up in Brooklyn, I was like, do these kids have to do something special to get in here? She's like, no, it's just a normal public school. But I'm just amazed at, like, how respectful and how good these kids are. I feel like some of them just haven't had an opportunity to get screwed up by our society yet, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So they choose to be in the program and they sign up for it and they're
The school chooses to be in the program.
okay.
Uh, and then the teachers choose to bring their
Oh, I
classes
gotcha.
to sign up for when I do labs for a week, say, then I have, you know, 7 slots for 5 days, and the teachers jump on them and, you know, they get a free class, and the kids love it, you know. I mean, it's breaking the normalcy of sitting at a desk and writing. You get to stand up. We've got cutting boards, and we've got plastic knives so nobody can stab one another.
I was about to say, do you guys have real knives you hand these kids or what?
No, they're plastic knives, but they cut cucumbers and you know, tomatoes, and then they come up behind the desk with me, and they put the seasoning in, they stir it for me, and they really cook it. And yeah,
Okay, so when you say lab, that's like it's a cooking class basically.
yeah, they call it cooking lab. They call it labs, but it's a cooking class.
So like for instance, like this week, what do you got ready for these kids? What are they going to be
Well,
when they walk into your classroom?
This is our last week of school, so this week's been really quiet. I'm finished.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're off for the holiday, Juneteenth, and then I go
Right.
back to school on Friday for my last day, and then they have 4 days next week, and they're done. But let's say let's take you to a lab week. Usually the first day is Monday, and I receive orders and get the room all set up. Usually they put us in a different room, so I go in there and clean it all, bleach it all, get it all nice and clean so it could
Right.
food in there. And then and then on Tuesday, usually it's a really packed day. Usually I have anywhere from 5 to 7 classes, anywhere from 5 students to up to like 35 students.
Wow.
And the last class we did was pasta bruschetta. And you've had bruschetta, which is usually just like any kind of mixed. The most popular one is like tomatoes and basil and onions, and it's all mixed together and then put on like a slice of toast or what have you.
Okay.
They came up with pasta bruschetta, one of the chefs that work in my organization. Kids love pasta, and we're always trying to keep it healthy. So this was nice and healthy. Really simple also. It's just like 5 or 6 ingredients. The kids loved it. And then I do that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 to 7 classes every day. And that's it. The kids take home the recipes, and then I hear stories afterwards. I had a mom come up to me and say that her 3rd grader had her buy all the ingredients for the pasta bruschetta and insisted on letting her cook the whole meal to show her that she could do it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's huge, to have kids having the opportunity to learn how to cook at a young age. I believe it's
Right.
really I'm really passionate about it, because so many kids and adults don't realize where our food comes from. They just, go to the store, go to the fast food place, and don't realize how easy it is to make most of that food that they're eating,
That's awesome. And it's got to be pretty rewarding when you hear a story like that, when a parent comes back to you and it's like, hey, I just sit back and think like healthy eating wasn't something that, my family ever considered, I don't think.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't part of our time, Think of it this way. I always tell people, not too long ago, the doctors were smoking cigarettes,
right.
And I feel like food is kind of on that same kind of path, like you said, when we were younger, food really wasn't, we had the food pyramid, but it wasn't really in front of us how important food is. As of today, we're learning, food is really one of the foundations of our health,
Yeah, absolutely. Man, if somebody would have taught me at an early age,
Man, you
maybe.
took the words out of my mouth, because that's what I tell these kids all the time. And I tell the people that were talking about the program, I tell them that if I can get a kid to taste a cucumber or taste a tomato or taste some new recipe that's healthy, and they find out that they like it, it changes their life in the future, because then they're not almost 50 years old and now trying to figure out a way to reverse all these habits, because we're finding out now that kind of got us to the shape we are now. So yeah, it's powerful.
Cucumbers. I can't follow you on cucumbers.
But
I don't know
if I'll tell you, like, and I understand you've probably tasted a cucumber, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So that's the deal I tell the kids, is like, I gain their trust first. And by gaining their trust, I tell them that they just need to taste everything that I bring to them. They don't have to like it, but they have to taste it. And that's how you find out if you like it. So for you to say that you don't like it, it reminds me of, I don't know if you saw the interview today with the Senator Ted Cruz. And I'm not trying to get political, and I'll stop right here. But there's an interview with Ted Cruz today, and they asked him, he was talking about how the government or the president or whatever needs to bomb Iran right now, Iraq, whatever it is right now. And then the interviewer said he was asking him questions about the country that he wants to blow up, like how many million people, live there? What's the population? He didn't know any of these answers. So I feel like it's the same way with you. Is like you've never tasted cucumber, so how do you know what it tastes like? And how do you know?
Are you comparing me to Ted Cruz right now? I know exactly the interview you're talking about, and we won't get political. But bro, I was in Ted Cruz's ass on Twitter today because he Ted Cruz. So after the fact, so the interviewer was Tucker Carlson, and he had Ted Cruz in a blender. Like that guy was. I don't even like Tucker Carlson. I think he's a clown too, but he put Ted Cruz in a blender. That guy he had no idea where he was.
Agreed.
Had me rolling. And then today, Ted Cruz posted something about he posted like a cartoon with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker asking like, how many employees are on the Death Star or something like, dude, you're grasping at straws, bro. Like just back away. He destroyed you on TV. Like that's out there forever now. So that cracks me up. No, you're 100% right.
What I'm saying is if you don't taste the cucumber, then you're the same as Ted Cruz.
But okay. so in this same field here, I'm taking the kids out. You remember when I brought all my kids out to New York to see you?
Of course.
And we skipped out on the bill. That's the big that was the big story from last time we had you on the show. But I'm taking the kids to the East Coast again in a couple weeks. We're heading out to Boston. We're gonna go to Fenway Park, see a Red Sox game.
Never been to Boston.
I've never been to Boston either.
About it.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Freedom Trail. We're gonna spend a day in Cape Cod. We're gonna tour Fenway. We're gonna see a game. We got tickets right, I think like the 8th row behind Pesky's pole. So we're gonna be right there on down low. I'm excited for Boston. But so part of my excitement, and my brothers all know, whenever we go on a trip, what kind of food do they got? Like, what are they known for? Like, let's Google some man versus food episodes in Boston or something. I'm kind of stepping away from healthy here right now because what's something I can get that I'm never going to get in Kansas City out there? So everything that keeps coming up is a lobster roll.
Yeah.
Now I'm not a seafood guy at all. I've never had lobster. So I tell people I don't like lobster, but again, like you said, I've never had it.
Yeah.
So part of me, I was looking and my youngest, Macy, looked at me and she's like, she's not a big seafood person either. My other two kids are, and they're psyched about it. But I'm like, you know what? When I go to Boston, I got to try lobster roll. I think I have to, I believe
you got to try
that's
it.
I don't
know if you like it unless you try it.
Aren't they known for and I don't think I'm going to try this, clam chowder.
That's right.
I've never had it.
But lobster rolls, clam chowder, they're oysters.
I had an oyster.
The Boston baked beans might be something you might want to try.
Well, yeah, I could. That was racist, but go ahead.
And what was racist about that?
Why do you think I would want beans?
No, you're asking. I'm telling you what they're famous for. First of all, whatever nationality you are does not make you. You don't like it.
Whatever.
Just because I know you from childhood, so
you know me since kindergarten.
Fine.
What do you mean? Whatever.
Hot dogs. They're known for hot dogs. Is that better?
They are not known for hot dogs.
They're known for they're called Fenway dogs or something.
Are they really?
Yeah, Fenway Frank.
Oh, the Fenway Frank. You're right. I know Dodger dogs.
Research this.
Not the food in the park. I'm researching food outside, when we're not at the stadium. But no, you're right. Fenway Frank.
It's either seafood, dogs, or beans, but you probably eat plenty of those already.
You probably eat plenty of beans. That was so awesome. I'm gonna. You know what I think it is with clam chowder. This is gonna sound really stupid, but I think I have issue with white food, like the color. Like I don't eat ranch dressing.
Makes perfect sense, Rudy.
I don't eat ranch dressing.
Right?
I don't eat anything white, really.
Nothing white.
I recently started eating mayo, like not recently, but like as I became an adult, mayo was a thing.
You eat cheese? That's white.
Not really white cheese. I eat yellow cheeses.
You don't
I'll
put
eat a
white
Swiss
cheese on your
cheese.
pasta?
I eat Parmesan cheese, like I sprinkle that on.
White cheese.
There's small things, and country gravy, like with biscuits and gravy. I'll eat that
right now.
Hold on. What's up?
I just made a whole video and it's not there.
I'll look at it. And I'll.
I still have to take the pictures.
Huh?
I still have to take the pictures.
Okay, give me a second, and I'll help you out here. All right. I'll be up there in a second. Sorry about so white foods. I'm not gonna try clam chowder when I'm out there. I'm just not.
Clam chowder's pretty good.
Is it? What is it? What is clam chowder?
I mean, it's like clams. It's like potato soup, but with clams. Yeah.
See, I don't know about clams. Because I'll eat potato soup, I think. But
Yeah.
so I had oysters.
There's another white thing you like, potato soup. You're killing me, Rudy.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's the white sauces, like I don't know,
Like
sour cream,
white sauce.
Sour cream. I won't touch. Ranch. I won't touch.
You.
I don't know. Maybe
I would love to have you as a student 25 years ago, man.
Maybe it's all in my head, but yeah, I don't know. I had oysters with you guys. We a bunch of us went out. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know what it was for.
Yeah,
I think you were just we went to Jack's on the plaza, didn't we? Jack's Fish House.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Zig was like, you got, or maybe it was Tony, somebody was like, you got to try one of these oysters. I'm like, I'm not. I ordered a burger at Jack's Fish House. I ordered a burger and fries. You guys had like a tower of oysters and all kinds of crap.
Right. Of course.
And I'm like, I'll try one. And it was, I don't know what was good about that. Like it literally, if I remember it right, I just remember, closing my eyes, closing my nose and slurping it down. It was
exactly
gross.
I always think, who's the first person that found an oyster and thought this would be something good for us to eat?
Let me eat this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever eat an oyster again, but maybe. I guess if they're there, but I don't remember anything good about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll be out there on the East Coast. I'll get me a Fenway Frank. Thanks for reminding me about those, man.
Anytime, man. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Fenway Frank. So we're doing that in a couple weeks, but
nice.
Okay, so when are you going to be in town next? When are you coming back this way?
4th of July, I'll be in town for a couple weeks. I'm going to go down the Lake of the Ozarks for a few days with my family, and then usually when I come to Kansas City, I try to see friends, but it ends up being a lot of time with my parents and my nephew and nieces.
Sure.
But I always try to see everybody for a coffee or something. But man, that time goes by so quick.
Yeah, and most important is getting in here and hanging with the fam for sure.
Yeah,
we'll be getting back from Boston on July 4th that morning.
Cool. I'll be there from the 6th, I think, is a Sunday, so I'll be there till like the 13th.
Oh, neat, man. Yeah, if we can find time, yeah, we'll get a beer or a coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I can pretend, I guess.
Your coffee.
What's that?
No cream in your coffee.
No cream in the coffee. I don't drink coffee.
No coffee at all.
I guess I'd put some milk in it. I do drink milk. That's white.
It's good. I mean, how you get up in the morning? What do you drink? What's your first thing you drink in the morning?
Ice water. Straight ice water.
I feel you. Straight to the source.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. Got to start getting those gallons in,
Right.
But yeah, so when you come in, okay, let's take family out of it because we know you want to see the family. We know you're going to spend time at the restaurant. Is there something that you miss in Kansas City?
Something I miss in Kansas City would probably be, well, definitely the going down the Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
It's like a little slice of heaven for me.
So you miss that lake life.
The lake life, and then having family and friends so close where you can see them on Sundays. I know your family's good about getting together on Sundays.
Yeah, but
that's
I said we got to take the family out of it.
man, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, made it harder. You're not listening, dude.
All right, let's try this again.
You're the same student, and honestly, Lake of the Ozarks isn't Kansas City. So come on, Road. You're 0 for 2.
I miss.
You don't miss shit. That's why you never come back. You come back to see a Tree and Butch, and that's it.
I mean, you took away everything that's important to me.
Oh man, ouch. What about yeah, I don't know, man. I'm always here, so I don't miss anything here.
I mean, the Royals games and the Chiefs games, I got to go to a Chiefs game New Year's Eve 2 years ago when we played Cincinnati.
How'd that go?
That was amazing. That was my first time watching Mahomes play live.
Okay. That's fun. So let's flip it then. So you spent, I know when COVID was happening in 2020, you and Denise had a little spot here in town. What did you miss most about being away from New York?
I probably missed nothing. I didn't miss anything.
What the fuck? What's your problem?
What do you miss about?
I don't go anywhere. That's why I'm asking you. So you were just
got your friends and your family wherever you're at. What do you miss? What do you want me to miss? Hold on, I'm trying to think.
What are you looking forward to? Like in New York, is there a cup of coffee that you miss, or
I make
my slice? You make your own. You got a little French press?
No, I mean I've got a couple different ways of making them, but normally I just do the old Americanized drip coffee.
Man, you are one boring son of a bitch. No, I'm just playing.
I fail at any kind of question that's like that someone asks me like yourself, or if you're at a meeting and they're trying to do like some kind of way to kind of break the ice and get everyone to share something. Hard to come up. Like favorite movie. I started at a restaurant here in New York, and I didn't realize it, but your first time with everyone, they put you on the spot and ask you, what's your favorite movie? That should be an easy question, right?
Yeah, easy.
No, it's not easy for me.
Why is it not easy? Ghostbusters. No, Goonies. I got a couple I can go to. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Super bad. There's like, you know, I mean, to pick your one favorite is a little difficult. I mean, there might, but yeah. If somebody asked me that, it's either Goonies or Ghostbusters straight off the top. Because I think back from when I was a kid, but yeah, you struggle with stuff. Like, did you guys ever do like that? What's that game called where you've got to say like 2 truths and 1 lie or whatever, or 2 lie? Yeah, no, it's 2 truths and 1 lie, where you got to tell people, 2 truths and 1 lie. That was always a good icebreaker, and I usually had people because, I had a kid at 18. So nobody ever believed that. So that was always a good one. I also, I don't know if I should say this on the air, but let's just say I had a run-in with a dolphin at Worlds of Fun. And nobody believed that either.
A run-in with a dolphin.
A run-in with the dolphin who can't run, but yeah.
You're going to tell me that story, or?
You don't know that story?
No.
We'll have to tell it off air. It's kind of a running thing on. Yeah, we'll have to tell that off air. It's
interesting.
There used to be a dolphin show at Worlds of Fun,
right by the Orient Express, which I know is not there anymore.
Yes, neither is the dolphin show. I could be, involved, but
you killed a dolphin.
Hey! Forget about it. What are you saying here? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Would you sleep with the fishes, huh?
Yep, absolutely. Something else I was going to ask you. Gosh, I can't remember now. I had it all in the car. I'm like, all right, what are we going to talk about?
Right.
But since you don't really miss anything in either place, you know,
I'll tell you, New York, what I missed probably was having Central Park near my home and being able to go for a nice stroll in Central Park. It's been really nice. So um, that's definitely something to miss when I'm not here in New York.
you know, like strolling around downtown Kansas City.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I did a lot of strolling around downtown Kansas during COVID. My wife and I actually, my wife
Oh
was
yeah,
people that hated running, and during COVID, everyone said they kind of came out of it with different new habits that they enjoyed. Some
right.
took on baking bread and everything. But Denise actually, I was working at Anthony's with my brother most of the time, and Denise was working from our apartment down the city market, and she would go out for a little run here and there, and she ended up really, really loving running after hating it for like 30
Yeah.
years of her life, and to the point where we both ran the New York Marathon back in 2022 or three or something, and it's all because of her beginning to love running at the city market. So no.
I remember that. I remember that because I ran into you guys down there at Berkeley Riverfront. I remember you and Denise were running and I was walking. I'm sure I wasn't running anywhere, but I was walking down there. I don't know if I was still living down there at the time because I was in the River Market as well. You guys were up the street a little bit from me.
Yeah, we were right down
Uh,
the street from Anthony's.
but I remember, yeah, I was off Third in Delaware. But I remember bumping into you guys while you
Yeah,
guys were there.
I remember.
And running, man, my daughter, she did a 5K this past weekend.
That's where it starts.
And I want to disown her. I'm just kidding, but I just don't know how somebody wakes up that early to run.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It blows my mind.
what's exciting, those 5Ks when you start running in them. Did you go with her?
Oh no, I was fast asleep.
Well, the reason I ask you is because at the start line, they get it on the microphone. They play all this music to get you all fired up, and they start announcing, different reasons why you're running. Start announcing some names, people coming from different parts of the city, and they kind of get you fired up. Like before a basketball game or before a baseball game, you feel like you're part of an event. Everyone's there supporting you. So that kind of get your blood pumping a little bit and get you excited about doing it again. So.
Not me. I'll pass.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask you too. I'm sure you know this. My son, he's in culinary school at Johnson County Community College.
Yeah, I went to Johnson County Community College.
It seems like everybody. So my cousin Vince, chef at the farmhouse, he went there.
It was a legendary. It probably still is. It was like one of the top culinary schools in the country.
Which is, yeah. That's what I hear. Anthony Freeze went there. I don't know if he went both years. I don't know. Anthony Freeze went there. So everybody that I know that does any kind of cooking in town went there, right? And so my son Manny's there. He's now he got a job with my cousin Vince down at the farmhouse.
Nice.
So yeah, so he started as an apprentice, and he is kind of stepped up. He's been hired on full time. I remember one morning he texted me. He's like, "Dad, I'm on the line." Like he's a line cook, and he's sending food out, and so all that is really, really impressive to me. I'm really proud of the kid. I wanted to ask you for some advice, but I also want to give you kind of a dilemma and see something I've been struggling with Manny and see what your opinion is. So my son's 18. He's going to be 19 next week. So we'll call him 19. He's 19 years old. And this job at the farmhouse it's a great opportunity. He's learning a lot. I mean, he's not only from, Johnson County, their culinary school, but from Vince and from the chefs at the farmhouse, he's learning a lot. Like that's a good kitchen to be in. Best brunch in Kansas City. So he's learning a lot. He knows how good of a spot he's in. But he is also 19 years old, and he's got friends at KU, and he's got friends at K-State, and he's got friends at MU, and he wants to go and, visit them on the weekends, Friday and Saturday. And there's that part of his life that he needs to be a kid as well. But you don't have control over when you get an opportunity in life. You know what I'm saying? So this opportunity presented itself, and it's a great opportunity, but he's finding himself. So he now works, like I said, they hired him full time. He works Wednesday through Sunday. And on Saturday and Sunday, he needs to be in at 6 a.m., which means Friday and Saturdays are those are going to be tough,
Yeah.
But he's a young kid. And I know my alarm goes off at 4:20 on Thursdays and Fridays because I got to work early on Fridays and Saturdays. And so I know the night before, all right, I got to have an early night tonight. I need to be in bed by at least 10. I have to be asleep by 11, and I'm still going to be tired. I would like to get to sleep by 10 or 10:30, but I've got to be asleep at 11 or else it's going to be a nightmare tomorrow. And I'm older, so I'm thinking he's younger. Maybe he could stretch it out a little bit further, but man, I'm trying to parent him the best way I can. And you can only parent a 19-year-old so much. He's going to do his own thing. He's going to learn by doing at this point. And so he's in a hard spot right now because he's had trouble getting into work on time. And I do have a feeling that if he was anybody else and maybe didn't have the same last name as the chef, he would have been fired. I feel like that. I don't know that. I haven't talked. I try not to talk to my cousin about it too much. Man, he's an adult. You deal with him. And I've told my cousin that you got to do what you got to do, But man, what are your thoughts? When did you you didn't get into cooking right away. I don't remember you as a kid, like in high school, even being excited about cooking. Were you? When did you start?
Yeah, I when I got out of high school, I don't everything in college that I thought I wanted to do. I thought that being in the restaurant business was what I wanted to do, and so that's why I went to culinary school. It wasn't more on the chef part of it, but it was the restaurant management part of it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I went back and worked with my dad at the restaurant, and I think my passion, was just I enjoyed making people happy. I enjoyed being in the dining room and knowing that I was part of everyone at the restaurant at that time experiencing a good time through the food, the service, the music, the atmosphere. I like to be in control of all that and bring that joy to people. So that's kind of where my fuel was, And then as I got older, I started realizing that the food that I was putting in my body was making me feel better. And so the healthier I started to feel, the more I wanted to share that with my customers, my friends, and my family.
Sure.
That's really where my passion of cooking came out, was later in life when healthy foods really started to be a big part of my life.
So the health of it drove you a little more to the cooking part of it.
Yeah, which is, a lot different than especially someone like your son that's coming into a young age in the cooking part of it. And a lot of the chefs that I work with today, they're in it for the cooking and making food taste wonderful and making it look awesome. And so my angle is a little different than
right. It's so interesting because I've never seen him talk about anything in such an excited manner. Like, to hear him talk about work, he absolutely loves it. And even on days that he's had a rough day or a long day or he's tired, he knows what a real job is like. He's on his feet and it's tough, but still to hear him talk about it, you can hear how excited he is about it, which makes me happy, if he's found something that he likes to do. But I wanted to ask you, like, what do you have any kind of words of advice for somebody that's starting out in the games? Like, he's cooking. He's not so much in the front of the, in the front of the restaurant like you were, But you've also been in the kitchen before. I've seen you with an apron on there and Anthony's cooking. So
yeah. I'm torn with the advice to give them. I feel the same way as you. It's like when you're young, you got to have a good time, and enjoy your friends, and maybe after he's with the restaurant for a little bit of time, he could find a way to take off, not work every Saturday, and be
right.
on Fridays or what have you. But I also agree with you about the opportunity, as my older self, to go tell my younger self about an opportunity like that I really enjoyed it. And I'm really learning a lot. You kind of got to take advantage of it, but it's a good life lesson. If he wants to continue to be in the restaurant business, that's the restaurant business from, a cook to the owner. Part of the restaurant business is you miss out on those weekend events. You miss
Absolutely.
out of those events that you miss out on also in the work that you're in.
Right. So yeah,
everyone else's.
Yeah, my shift is Friday and Saturday morning, Sunday and Monday night. So my weekends are wiped out. I still have Friday and Saturday night open, but I'm dead tired. Like Friday night, I wake up at 4:20 in the morning, and Saturday night, Saturday I wake up at the same time. So even though I have those nights available, I'm tired.
Right.
And Friday nights I got to get to bed early, for Saturday. But
of course,
as an adult, I used to look back on life and think the one regret or the one thing I feel like I missed out on and I don't have a chance. I think that's that was the worst part, was that knowing I don't have a chance to go back and redo this, but that college life, to go as a freshman to a dorm and, be with, unsupervised for the first time, with just buddies and just,
right.
I think life happens for a reason. I don't know if that is set up for me. I don't think I know what kind of a high school student I was. I don't think I would have excelled in college.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't feel like that was the right setup.
Yeah, I think you'd do fantastic if you're in that situation where you can make college your profession,
Right.
So
So
on the other side of it, I was the guy that got to go visit my friends in college for the week and the weekend. And if he's looking that he's going to miss something, there was nothing that I did on those weekends that I did besides kill a bunch of brain cells. And there's no experience that I missed out, that he was going to miss out on by not going. But I understand what you're saying. You gotta, as a kid, you gotta go and experience that and realize it yourself. Yeah.
Right.
But
so I remember
if he works for your cousin and doesn't screw up and shows up on time and doesn't, because that's another key thing, man, is showing up on time and being reliable. That's what makes you a good employee, and doing that enough times and being the cousin of the chef. I bet he's going to get some days off where he can go and hang out with his friends and get the best of both worlds, maybe,
See, that on time thing is what he's struggling with right now. So
that's important.
But
man. like my brother,
yeah,
when he has someone, and your cousin will say the same, when you got all those people coming breakfast at a certain time and you got a certain amount of time to prep, reliable crew is utmost important.
Absolutely, man. I think he found that out, unfortunately the hard way. He he got chewed out. He can take it. He knows that it was deserving. He knew he was gonna, hear it when he walked in. He was nervous to walk in, but he walked in, and from what I understand, he took it, and hopefully there's no more of those incidences. But yeah, I remember being in college for some reason, and to bring up Anthony Spock again, this one moment keeps coming up in my head, because so I had my kid, my oldest, the first year after my freshman year of college. So that May, my daughter was born. I had just finished my freshman year of college, and I'll never forget. We were like in the, I guess it was the quad. I don't know what they called it. Rockers College is it's now Rockers University. They've kind of did a remodel or whatever. The campus looks completely different than when we were on it. But I remember Spock saying, "Hey, Can you hear that?
What?
Hold on. My daughter's FaceTiming me. my daughter Parker. Hold on. Let me text her real quick. I was in the middle of a story too. Hold on. Dude, it's really important. Maybe let me take it. Hold on. Hold. No, I don't, because what if it's bad? Hold. I should put myself on mute. Hey, I'm recording a podcast. What's up? What are you doing?
I got a call back.
Can I put that on the podcast?
No, not yet. Don't put it on the podcast.
Hopefully
But
nobody.
I just
Okay, stop
got
there.
the email.
Okay, stop there. We'll talk in a second, and I won't put it on the podcast. All right. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. We just got some great news, but I'm not going to put it on the podcast. I'll tell you when we're done with the show. But anyway, I'll never forget this moment. My daughter was born, and I remember, I think we were leaving class. It was probably like a Friday or something. And I just remember Anthony Spock saying, "Hey, we're going to head down to this bar to get some drinks, something, or this party. We're going to go over to this party tonight, blah, blah, blah." I couldn't go. I have a kid now. And I just remember like that as like the closing scene of like my youth, I guess, because I made these choices and now I've got a daughter I got to take care of. I can't go hang out with you guys and honestly, at that moment, I think that's when, because me and Spock were really good friends, but it just kind of, to nobody's fault. I mean, he went this way because he didn't, and I had these other responsibilities. So I went this way, and yeah, man, life is crazy that way. You don't know what's coming at you or when, and you have no control over it. But when it does do what it does, you got to take care of it, And so he's got a great opportunity. Did it come at him too young? Probably, but he had no control over that. So you got to take it and do something with it,
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's an awesome opportunity for him. I'm happy for him. Tell him congratulations.
I will. Absolutely. Lord knows he won't watch this podcast. So good for him. Man, what else? I guess we could probably wrap up. Is there anything else coming up that you got? You're working with the school. The school year's almost out. What do you got coming up this summer? Anything?
This summer I am got a project that I'm working with a group called Plant Power Metro New York. You could check out their website at ppmn.org, Plant Power Metro New York. We do like these market tours. We have a Union Square market that's kind of like the city market. We bring people down there and show them, some nice healthy ingredients and different recipes they can kind of make. We got like a cooking kitchen not far from there, and we show them how to make some of the foods that they can buy at the market. And then September 29th, it'll be here in New York. I'm hosting a rally with an organization called Physicians Committee. It's called Let's Beat Breast Cancer Rally. And it's there's probably like 60 of them going on around the country, and there'll be 3 here in New York. Getting that together, planning that. You'll probably see on my Facebook and Instagram post about when it's coming up and how to be a part of it. Coming to Kansas City for 2 weeks and hanging out with Denise here in New York. That's it, man. That's my summer. By fast.
That sounds good. You guys just got back. Denise had a family reunion, didn't she? Where were you guys at for that?
We were down in Florida. We flew into Fort Myers, and we were down in Captiva Islands. Down there for like 3 days, and I got roasted like a lobster. Still kind of red, but like I told you before we got on this podcast, we haven't turned on our air conditioning yet. So to get down there in Florida and get that hot sun was really nice. It's supposed to be coming this way really soon. I think by next week it's going to be pretty hot here. It's pretty amazing how the weather gets really hot once the kids get out of school. Isn't that crazy every time?
Yeah, like as soon as they get out. I think we're looking at 90s this week here, so it's warming up just in time for you to get in town, man. I look forward to chatting with you. Hopefully I can get a chance to to meet up with you. If not, I understand that too, though.
Yeah, well, I'll look forward to seeing you. And my parting words to you is try everything once.
All right. I will I will definitely try a lobster roll. I've already mentally prepared myself for
There
that.
you go.
If I can try clam chowder,
There you go.
I
And
will.
a cucumber, most importantly.
Cucumber. I don't know, bro. Those are just for the bags under your eyes, aren't they? You just set them on your eye.
You're gonna try this lobster, but you're not gonna try a cucumber, huh?
I don't want to see them like pull a lobster out of a tank and throw it into the boiling water screaming. I can't do any of that. Like I don't.
But you won't try a cucumber. I gotta work on you, man. This might be a lifelong goal.
I mean, I know people throw them in salads. What do you? I'm not just gonna.
You know, my little nephew's one year, I think he's one. And when he came over to my house, I got sliced cucumbers and mint, and I put it in a big jug and put it in the refrigerator with water. And so it's like this cucumber mint flavored water. Maybe start that way. It's really nice and refreshing.
I don't like mint either. Hey, wait. Can you slice cucumber?
Have you tried mint?
I mean, like my daughter will get like mint chocolate chip ice cream, and
You don't like spearmint gum?
I mean gum, yes, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Man.
Don't you? I'd rather hang out with the kids at school, man. You drive me.
Wow,
I mean,
that's hardcore, bro.
anything but food with you. We could talk about anything but food.
Wait, can you cut up cucumber? Maybe I saw this. I don't know who did, and put like olive oil on top of it and like bake it.
Sure.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You're like you could do whatever the fuck you want with it,
yeah, like
as long as you eat it.
A little vinaigrette, cucumber salad, sure.
All right. I'll look into that, man. But anyway, thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate it. This was fun. I'm trying to think of anything else. We didn't really. I wanted to talk more Northeast, more Holy Cross, more, but for another time, man. I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it again. Have a great night. Good talking to you.
All right, man. Will do. Let me see. How do I end this thing? This is usually Jamie's job on the other podcast, but no. On behalf of myself and my guest Anthony Spino, guys, thank you for checking us out. If you're still here, I should have said this at the beginning, but like and subscribe. Slam that like button. Isn't that how the kids say it? I don't know. But anyway, do all that. Anthony, congratulations, everything you got going on. Congratulations to Denise on her new spot. And man, I look forward to seeing you guys soon, man. All right.
For sure.
Have a good one, man.
Bye-bye.